Straight out of Ngaruwa in New Zealand, here's Maurieo. Maurieo Vlogs number 466, Bridge 2. Hello, welcome. Well, in this episode, we start to head along the cycle path towards the bridge and look at some of the things that we encounter along the way. So let's have a look at the video. We can see some nice little views of the river here. Maybe a bit look along. A couple of little dogs have come in here to welcome me. So that's all very good. A bit of a look around down the river there, as we can see the RAV4 in the distance, and a little bit of river, and some golfers enjoying a Saturday afternoon round. That's all very good. There's a little alleyway here. I'm not quite sure where that's going to. So I'll just have a little. That seems to go all the way up there, and a bit of a track, I think, from the end of the golf course road. So that's a bit of an access there. That's a little bit closer, walking access, but I suppose that one there would be somewhat closer. So this is the Ngaruwa golf course here. And around here, everyone's looking at the golf course. These guys are about to tee off. So, And so now we start to make our way along the pathway. It's a nicely formed, quite wide concrete pathway with this large high fence here, and then this wooden paling fence along this part, where I guess it's up against some retaining walls there. And just a quick little look there at the notice of the Riverside ride. So all very good. It's the first lot of people I've seen running along the thing here. A little bit more around the golf course. Over here you can probably see a little bit of a water facility, which looks like they're collecting the water, possibly pumped up from the river to water the greens and what have you. But we're wandering along the golf course here. Now the little old lady, I thought I could get across a lot further up, and the little old lady told me that they had this high fence all the way around to keep people off the golf course because of safety issues with golf balls. So that's what's going on here. Yeah. Okay, well, here we have finally someone coming the other way on their bike. Oops, looks like it might be mum and dad. A few people there. Through there you can see the golf house, or the 19th as it's referred to. Yeah, coming right around here, and then some of the more rural properties on the other side of the river. They're looking back up there to Taupri Mountain, just peeking up in the distance there. And yeah, some more rural and lifestyle properties on the far side of the river there. You can see in here is a lot of trees, fallen trees, things, well, been felled. There are a lot of non-native trees. I have a friend or an acquaintance of mine who goes back and restores a lot of the riversides and that to its natural habitat by planting various native trees and what have you. I saw some evidence of that a little bit further on. Perhaps if I see another spot again or on the way back, we'll see how that all goes. An old, well, that old, but a windmill. This looks like it's been used to pump water up from the river at some point. It's not pumping much at the moment, obviously. But I wonder when the last time it pumped. But a bit of a windmill there with what looks like some sort of pumping thing on it. There's pipes, certainly pipes and what have you. There, that may not be, doesn't look like it's too functional at this point in time, but yes, we'll have to see what's happening. A little bit defunct, I feel. So, who would have thought that a defunct windmill would be the cliffhanger at the end of today's episode? Epic trek to the bridge. But we'll have to wait and see tomorrow how far we progress along the track. So let's have a bit of a roundup of today's work by looking at the diary. And the diary is just not quite ready yet. Here it is here. Alrighty, so Sunday the 29th of July. I went up to the hospital to finish off my infusion and got in there nice and smartly. Actually, I got a little bit of sleep overnight, which is don't usually do that on my steroid-filled weekends. But yes, so I got up there quite nice and early, and we actually had the I was up and connected by 7:30 and out of there by 11:20 and home well before midday. So that was pretty smart work by the people up at the hospital there. And I didn't get outside to get too much exercise. I do feel a little bit queasy and tired after it all. So I spent the afternoon just upgrading and checking my social media and sleeping and what have you. So yes, I watched a couple of I watched a series on YouTube, but more about that perhaps later on. And we're going to have a question today, and number 136, a what? Already been struck. Moz got it within about 4 or 5 minutes, so that was didn't last too long. So I haven't got too many hints there in the last few days. They've all been got there, where, what, who, all one-offs. So the guys are getting pretty sharp at finding out these things. My emails are all nice and up to date. Not that I had too much come through the weekend, and we're going to get a little bit of prep done once we get this this video off to bed. So that's all good. So let's go to today's challenge, and it's a question here about these two guys here. I don't know what that writing is at the bottom there. Hopefully that doesn't give away the clue, but doesn't look like it. But these two guys here sing two guys from way back, probably in the 60s. They sing a song about a little old lady. And what I want to know is who these guys are and where does the little old lady come from? The little old lady that they sing about, where does she come from? It's that little old lady. I think I've got a light here. I think I need that little bit of light there to stop that patterning coming on my forehead there. So I've just done that and it seems to have worked. My lighting arrangements are somewhat rudimentary, but very sensitive. So that's today's question. Who are these guys? They sing a song about a little old lady. Or where does the little old lady come from? And she doesn't live in a shoe. So yesterday's clue, and I actually deleted the photo in my haste there, but I've used this other alternative one. Essentially, what is the river alongside the cycle track that I'm currently walking along in this series of about the bridge? Well, of course, it's the mighty Waikato River that runs through Ngaruahia and meets up with the Waipa River at the point and continues on down to Huntly and Port Waikato and whatever. The mighty Waikato River, and Moz got into that one pretty smartly with that. The Waikato River. Well done, Moz. He cleaned up everywhere. He got the where, what, who on that day as well. So well done, Moz, and thanks very much for your support of the channel and your ability to answer good questions. So that brings us to the end of today's vlog. And well, who knows what could happen tomorrow. We may well catch a glimpse of the bridge even, seeing how things go. But we'll have to wait and see. So thank you for your liking and subscribing and commenting and all those things that you do to support me and my channel. Thank you very much. Cheers. See you.
That's all, folks.
Smash that like button.